If you're trying to reach 90 and feel like you've tried it all, then this is the video for you. Because in today's episode, we will talk about the 7 things that you need to stop doing if you want to hit 90 comfortably. By comfortably, I mean your form stays good, body stays healthy, and you can still have fun at the same time. No. 1. Taking your feet off the floor. This one here might seem obvious, but I see this all the time in the gym. People lose their balance and stability by taking their feet off the floor. Whether it's standing on one leg or having one foot off the floor while doing curls or squats, please don't do that. You're not even working the muscle that you're supposed to be working. Instead, make sure both of your feet are firmly planted on the ground, especially when doing heavy lifts like squats, deadlifts, and overhead presses, because those are the movements that require the most stability and balance. Now, I know some of you might say, yeah, but it's also important to work on my balance and stability as well. To that, I completely agree with. But there's a time and a place for everything. If you want to work on your balance and stability, then do it on isolation days when you're not lifting heavy. You can try doing pistol squats or single leg Romanian deadlifts with lighter weight or just your body weight. Or you can use the Bosu ball and do things like step-ups, lunges, or Bulgarian squats. All of these exercises can help you build the necessary strength and control to be able to do barbell squats and deadlifts with good form. No. 2. Having an overdeveloped ego. One of the worst things you can do is ignore what your body is telling you, because sometimes your body is telling you something very important that you do and want to hear. Like if your back is rounding during a deadlift, then stop and figure out what's going on. Maybe you reusing too much ego and not enough technique, or you simply trying to lift too much weight. Same thing goes for shoulder pain when doing bench press. If you feel shoulder pain during bench press, then stop and figure out why. Even though bench press primarily targets your chest, shoulders, and triceps, if it's causing shoulder pain, then there's obviously something wrong with your form or your recovery, or maybe you just trying to lift too much weight. So instead of pushing through the pain, take the time to figure out what's really going on. It could save you from a potential injury down the road. Remember, it's okay to take a deload week or two, miss a workout or two. It's better than risking an injury that could set you back for months. So don't be afraid to listen to your body and take the time you need to recover. 3. Lifting too much weight. Sometimes you get so caught up in lifting heavy weights and impressing others that you forget about the importance of good form and proper technique. Let me tell you a story about myself. Back in the day, I used to go to the gym with my cousin who was a personal trainer. One time I saw him taking a new client of his to the squat rack and told him to spot me for 225 pounds. He looked at me, then at the barbell loaded with 225 pounds, then back at me and said, "You sure?" With a big grin on my face, I said, "Yep." As I started to squat down, my whole body started shaking, and I had to let out a few grunts. My cousin kept saying, "You got this," but I knew I didn't. At that point, I was just trying to hold on and not fall over. Finally, I got the bar back up and locked it out. My legs were definitely not happy about it. So please don't be that guy who struggles with every single rep, loses control, and puts himself at risk of injury just to lift a little bit more weight. You're not impressing anyone. You're just looking like a fool, trust me. Instead, focus on lifting with good form and technique and gradually increase the weight load over time. This will prevent injuries and help you build muscle and strength in a safe and effective way. 4. Not using a belt. If you're not using a belt when you perform heavy compound lifts like deadlifts and squats, then stop right now and start using one. Lifting heavy weights without a belt can cause lower back injuries, and that's something you definitely want to avoid. A weightlifting belt provides support to your core and lower back muscles, allowing you to lift heavier weights for longer periods of time. In fact, research shows that lifting with a belt can reduce the risk of lower back injuries by up to 90%. Also, don't wait until your back starts hurting to start using a belt. Start using it from the beginning.
What?
Here's how you should think about it. If you wouldn't walk across a broken bridge, why would you lift heavy weights with a weak back? Makes sense, right? So protect your back and use a belt whenever you're lifting heavy weights. No, you're not being a chicken if you use a belt. In fact, you're being smart and taking the necessary precautions to protect your body and prevent injuries. That's what separates the amateurs from the professionals. Professionals always use protective gear to ensure they stay healthy and keep pushing bigger weights. No. 5. Letting your mind take over. We've all been there before. You're lifting weights, and your mind starts to wander to all sorts of random places. You might start thinking about unfinished projects, past mistakes, or future plans. Before you know it, your mind has taken over, and you're not focused on the task at hand, just lifting weights and building muscle. When your mind is elsewhere, you're more likely to rush your reps, sacrifice your form, or skip exercises altogether. This is not only counterproductive, but it can also be dangerous. Imagine if a doctor was performing surgery while thinking about his weekend plans. Do you think the operation would go smoothly? Probably not. The same goes for weightlifting. You need to be focused and present in order to get the most out of your workouts and stay safe. So next time you hit the gym, make sure to leave your problems at the door and focus on your workout. Trust me, your body and mind will thank you for it. No. 6. Skipping warm-up. We've all heard it before. Warm up before you lift heavy weights. Yet many people still skip this crucial step and head straight for the iron. Don't be that guy. Listen up. Warming up before lifting heavy weights is not just a good idea, it's a necessity. Think of it like stretching a rubber band. If you stretch it slowly, it'll eventually snap back with more force. But if you stretch it quickly, it'll break right away. The same goes for your muscles. Warming up helps your muscles become more flexible and less prone to injury. Research has shown that warming up can improve performance and reduce the risk of injury by up to 50%. That's a pretty big deal. So next time you head to the gym, don't skip the warm-up. Give your body the time it needs to get ready for action. Trust me, your muscles will thank you for it. Number 7, not getting enough sleep. Getting enough sleep is essential for everyone, but it's especially important for athletes and people who resistance train. During sleep, your body releases essential hormones that promote growth and repair, helping you recover from intense workouts and build muscle mass. Research has shown that people who get enough sleep recover faster from injuries and experience less muscle soreness, which allows them to train harder and more frequently. On the other hand, people who don't get enough sleep are more likely to suffer from fatigue, decreased performance, and increased risk of injury. So if you want to hit 90 comfortably, make sure you're getting enough sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night and watch your gains skyrocket. So remember, hitting 90 comfortably is a journey that requires dedication and consistency. It's not about overnight success or quick fixes. By avoiding these 7 things, you can set yourself up for success and achieve your fitness goals. Stay focused, stay motivated, and never give up. And that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.